Hey, I'm Jake Sherman from Politico on Capitol Hill, and here's what's happening this week in Congress. While we're here, the nation reaches its debt limit on Thursday. It's a moment we never thought we'd see happen. Leaders in both parties said we'd never get to this point, but the nation is about to, for the first time in a very long time, reach its debt limit, and the government is shut down. Nobody could really tell you what's going to happen and how the nation is going to avoid a historic default on its debt. Right now, the Senate is taking the lead in negotiations, and we expect a deal to come together relatively shortly. The House could do one of three things. It could take the Senate's deal and pass it. That would be a huge capitulation for Speaker John Boehner and his House Republican leadership team. That would mean that they have completely failed to put forward any plan. They have no prints on the Senate's plan. It would basically be taking the Democratic Senate's plan and passing it. A huge loss for Speaker John Boehner. The next option is it could take the Senate's plan and change it and send it back to the Senate. That would give the House some buy-in on a plan to avoid the debt ceiling and reopen the government. But there's not much time left. So if Speaker Boehner's chamber changes it and adds some provisions on Obamacare or cutting spending or creating a budget negotiating committee, we wouldn't have much time to get it through the Democratic Senate before the nation reaches its debt ceiling on Thursday. The third option is perhaps the most dangerous for the country and for Congress, which is that the House ignores the Senate plan and passes its own plan. There has been talk, as Politico has reported, in House Republican leadership in passing a 6-week debt limit extension that would avoid default, perhaps reopen the government, and close this crazy chapter of Congress. There's a lot of variables at this point. The market is going to have a topsy-turvy week. House Republicans are going to have a lot of options to consider. I'm Jake Sherman, and stay tuned to Politico.com for developments on all of these fronts.